going to crochet with Potter and Bloom.
Today's video tutorial is about this amazing, fabulous, vintage stitch pattern. Now, I have slightly modified this pattern because I couldn't, for the stitches worked using a combination of double and treble crochet, but in the vintage pattern, the treble crochet was worked in a different way, and they called it a knot stitch. And no matter how I worked the knot stitch, I just couldn't get it to look right. And so I decided to try the pattern just using doubles and trebles, and actually I think it looks super effective. It particularly looks effective using 3 colours. I have done a 2-colour version and it is not anywhere, I mean, it's still lovely, but I think it's still lovely, but it looks a bit too regular. Whereas what's nice about the 3-colour version is it kind of looks a little bit irregular, because the colour's always changing places, where the treble stitches are. The sort of bubbles or blocks are changing places all the time. Anyway, I thought this was rather fabulous, and so I decided to show that I would show you how to do it. And I am just using some random colours of Aran weight yarn. This is Cascade 220, and I just have it in my stash in these 3 delicious looking colours. And let me move that rainbow ribbon out of the way because it's a bit distracting. And I'm using a 5mm hook. Okay, so we are going to begin by working in multiples, and do this quite loosely, of 8. So once you've got your chain in multiples of 8, you need to add 5 stitches. Okay, let's move that pink ball out of the way. Okay, so we're going to begin by working 1 double crochet into the 2nd chain from the hook, and then we're going to work 3 more. Yarn has got lots of cat hairs in it. We're now going to work 4 trebles, and 4 doubles. So you've got something like this, and you're going to carry on 4 trebles, 4 doubles all the way to the end. Okay, so when you get to the end, the reason why your turning chain is 5 stitches is so that you can match the ends. So you have 4 double crochet to start with and 4 double crochet to end with. So we get to the end, we chain 1, and that is not counting as a stitch, it's just a turning chain. And then we're going to go back working the same stitches, so 4 double crochet, and 4 treble. Four double, four treble, so this is what we have, and we're at the end, and we just have to work 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and 4 is a bit tricky because it's that first chain. Now I change colour on my loop, so where have I put my scissors? We're going to cut our yarn, because I would normally suggest carrying yarn, and you can carry the yarn if you want to, but I found that carrying the yarn was easy when you begin with the double crochets, but it didn't look so good when you began with the treble crochets. It just didn't look very pretty, so I just went with cutting my yarn. So the way that I change my yarn is I just use my new colour to finish off my last stitch. Okay, and then I just hold the 2 ends. And for this section, for this colour section, we're going to begin with a chain 3. And this chain 3, I'm just pulling those 2 stitches tight. This chain 3 is going to count as a stitch. It's going to count as our first treble, and then we're going to work 3 trebles because our chain 3 is counting as our first treble, even though it doesn't look nearly as pretty. It serves a purpose. So we're starting off with chain 3, 3 trebles, and then we're working 4 double crochet into the 4 trebles from the previous round, and then we're going to work 4 trebles into the 4 doubles from the previous round. So you get something that looks a bit like this. These almost want to, they kind of feel like they want to poof up, almost like bubbles. It's kind of a fairly bubbly pattern. So 4 double crochet, 4 treble. And on this one we are ending with 4 treble. Okay, and this is what you have. So we're going to chain 3 and we're going to turn, and that chain 3 is going to count as our first stitch. So we begin with 3 trebles, skipping that first treble that the chain 3 is coming from. And then 4 doubles. So we're just following. When we return back, we're just following the stitches from the first row. How gorgeous do these colours look together? And then when we get to the end, we've got 4 trebles, and the final treble is going to be into the top of that beginning chain 3. And I'm going to be changing colour again. So I'll leave that last loop on and use my new colour to finish off that stitch and pull those tight. So for this round, this row, I'm just going to be chaining 1, which I've done, and that is not counting as a stitch. So I'm working 4 double crochet. Okay, just putting those tight, and then I'm going to work 4 treble, I'm starting to see how the pattern's forming now, and 4 double. It's looking so good. And the last double crochet on this round is into the top of the beginning chain 3. Okay. And once again, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to return back, following the same stitch pattern. So 4 doubles and 4 trebles all the way back home again. Looks so amazing. Such a simple pattern. And that's it. You go back to your original colour, your first colour, and you join that in for your next row. And for this one we're starting with trebles, so we chain 3, we turn and we work 3 trebles.
Let me know in the comments below. See you on the next